Hello, hello, hello.
Hello, peeps.
This is Randall and Diane Breaux here, coming to you live from our little town of Prescott, Arizona. We are here to kind of talk about something that's kind of
Yeah.
Charlie Brown.
Yeah.
You know.
Poor Charlie Brown.
I know. I love Charlie Brown.
Yeah.
But anyway, we are here to talk about something that, you know, Eeyore-ish, Charlie Brownish related, asbestos.
Asbestos.
Kind
the
of
good thing about asbestos is every year there's less and less to talk about, right?
Yep.
Asbestos has been identified as a problem since, I guess, the early 80s.
Yep.
And for the most part, it's been eradicated in most homes, certainly all new homes.
Oh, for sure.
Asbestos. Yeah. But from time to time, you have a home that dates back to the 80s, 70s.
No, not even
before.
really. It's like 1974 and earlier, and maybe even, I think 74 to 80 is, you know, because they were still using asbestos in some of the materials.
Yeah.
Even though they said no more asbestos, they grandfathered in existing materials.
Yeah. So so there's no hard cutoff like in lead-based paint.
Correct.
The hard cutoff is 78. Anything 78 and later, you're fine.
Yeah, that's right. It's a big no-no. Yeah.
There's no hard cutoff in asbestos.
Yeah.
But basically, the most common things for asbestos, sometimes they would do duct insulation. Yes. We have yet to see that. The one that is most common here, and probably most common around the country, is the dreaded
popcorn ceilings. Yeah, popcorn ceilings are notorious, especially if they were put in 1974, 1975. Yeah. Although you were sitting high cotton when you put up those popcorn ceilings, everybody thought you were the thing. You were, you know,
put the glitter in there, man.
The glitter was even more. That was an added step. But you were pretty fancy if you were doing that, along with your sunken living rooms.
And plus acoustics.
That's right. It is pretty cool. However, is it fine if it just stays in place? Sure. But boy, if you try to remove that, you've got to have that abated immediately.
Here's the
super
thing.
Fine particles just floating. You can't even see it.
Yeah. If you have a home you're trying to sell and it has popcorn, okay, chances are it's got asbestos. Nobody is going to want a popcorn ceiling. Nobody.
They're going to want to pull it down.
Yeah, even, you know, the people talk about, oh, grandma's going to sell her home. Oh, my God. You know, even grandma doesn't want popcorn. Nobody wants popcorn anymore. I really don't think it's all that bad. I really don't. I mean, it doesn't really offend me, but I've seen people accept really pretty gross stuff. Yeah. But popcorn ceilings, for whatever reason,
them over the edge.
Nobody wants popcorn. So if they're going to buy your house, they're going to want to remove it. If they're going to remove it, that's a problem. If there's asbestos, so you're going to have to abate it. I mean,
you're going to have to abate it. And there are companies, we can help you with every step of the way. They will come out and take 3 core samples from 3 different locations in the home. It is shipped down to Phoenix. It is tested. And then they give you the percentage. And they will then refer you to abatement companies, of which we know, several of them here.
Make sure you ask for popcorn ceilings, make sure you ask them to measure the square footage.
Oh, yes.
Of the popcorn ceiling.
Typically, to abate that, to, have it all scraped down, and if you do have asbestos, it's about $4.50 a square foot.
A square foot, yeah.
So keep that in mind. It's not a cheap endeavor to repair that and get it all cleared. And then after it's all scraped off and removed.
I should say that is as of November 2022.
That's correct.
Yeah, that price may be
Nothing's
subject to
ever
change.
Written in stone.
Yeah,
Remember
written in
that.
stone. But
Never.
As and to make the math easy, you might want to do $5 a square.
Sure.
The other thing is once it's abated, you're going to have to do air tests to demonstrate that there's no asbestos in the air. Still. Correct. And that's probably going to run you another $1,200, $1,500.
And there's a separate company that will come out and test the air quality.
Yeah, generally.
All very important steps.
Yeah, generally there are two types of companies. There is the inspection company.
And
then there's the abatement company. It's nice that they're not the same because you don't want your abatement
We swear it's all clear now. No, you need to have somebody to
That's why they do it that way.
Right. So we have all of those people in place. If you fall in love with something, there's some great, Brady Bunch houses here in Prescott.
Yeah.
Built in the 70s. I love them.
Yeah.
They're darling.
No, we've gone through an abatement.
Yep.
We were representing the buyer.
Mm-hmm.
We had the popcorn inspected. Sure enough, there was asbestos. We asked for the repair. The seller agreed to do that. And the abatement company came in. They wear their little booties and their little, tie-back
They take care of
suits.
business.
And they do all of these plastic tunnels, with the plastic that they put up and everything.
It's hardcore.
And but I mean, they come in, they do the job, they get out.
It's done, and it's done well.
It's done well, and we tested, everything was fine.
Yep.
So it's not a deal killer, but in general, I think for most people, you're probably looking at about 10 grand.
Right.
To abate that. And
So,
if you are a seller, we would advise you, if you've got popcorn, test it. If it's, chances are it's going to be bad. Well, even if it's, all right. So if you're gonna take down the popcorn, test it first. Don't just take down the popcorn.
Never take down the popcorn.
You could ruin your health. Okay?
Absolutely. You first have to have it tested. Yes.
And if it's there's no asbestos, you could think about leaving it up, and you would have the documentation to demonstrate that there's no asbestos.
Right.
But for the most part, you want to take down popcorn. Take down popcorn.
Take down the popcorn.
Before you
I love to eat popcorn. I think it's delicious.
Yeah.
Do I want it in my ceiling? Not really.
No.
Not really. But, so that is our tip of the day for asbestos. It doesn't necessarily mean end of times, end of the world. I have to walk away from this house. There's some fantastic homes with beautiful bones.
Yeah.
They just need to, get a little, up with the times. So don't necessarily rule it out, but you should be aware of the cost. You should be aware that it can be fixed, but always test.
Yeah.
Test. It's very important.
Very important.
So that is our tip of the day.
Tip of the day. We got lots of tips for you.
Lots of tips.
Yeah, our free tips you can find at pickle411.com. Whether you are a buyer, seller, or somewhere in between, there is information there waiting for you that will delight, astound, and inform you.
That's a lot to deliver, but we sure try.
I'm cocky, man. It's good stuff.
You are, yeah. You're feeling strong today.
Yeah, I'm feeling strong.
He's selling a big bill of goods here.
Yeah.
But
pickle411.com.
There you go. Reach out to us. We'd love to see you. We'd love to take you around, give you a tour of our lovely town, and see some awesome homes.
Absolutely.
I hope to hear from you soon. Take care. Bye.
Bye.